Hi, this is Mark Humphreys with an introduction to the new item page for thepit.com. This is for the website remodel that was completed on October 29th, 2016. And I'm just going to cover the basics of what information is available in the new Pit item page. Up in the upper left, you see our new logo, illustrating how we can turn cards into cash for users, and our distinctive scrolling ticker tape, which shows the prices of recent cards that were traded on the pit. I've chosen the Kris Bryant card because the Cubs have just won the World Series, so it seems representative right now. Against the background of a baseball field, we see Chris's name and his symbol in capital letters KBRT is the symbol that identifies him as a player, and it's one of 4 components that go into the overall symbol for a particular card. You can see up here in the URL, this particular item page starts with the player's symbol, KBRT, separated by a dash, followed by the last 2 digits of the year of this card, which is a 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospects rookie card. Another dash. First is the symbol for Bowman Chrome Prospects cards that have the first Bowman indicator in the corner, as you can see here. And then UO is the pit identifier for an ungraded card, which is in near mint to mint condition according to our long-standing standards. Okay, so you see information here next to the card, the best buy now price, the best sell now price, and there's also an option to add this card to your watch list, which is one of the options off of your personal pit menu here. On this, in the middle of the screen here, we have a number of pieces of information about this particular card. The last trade occurred at $7. The 52-week high, the highest price at which it has traded in the last 52 weeks or last year, is $8.95, and the low is $5.35. The total volume represents the total amount of cards that have traded on the pit, the total number of these cards that have traded on the pit since it was first introduced, which is available over here in the IPO, or initial public offering date. In this case, it was about 2.5 years ago, April 29th of 2014. The current holdings of 176, that represents how many cards, how many Kris Bryant 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospects cards, ungraded, are held at the pit. Of course, the majority of these cards are owned by pit members. Now down here we have detail on the order book. We know from the marquee that $6.70 is the best price at which you can buy these cards on the pit. But it's down here that we see the quantity that can be purchased, which unfortunately is only 2 in this case, but 4 cards are available at $7, and these orders can be placed by clicking the Buy Now buttons here. If you don't want to pay $7 or even $6.70, you can make an offer to buy up here by clicking this button and following the process. We'll cover that process in a separate video. But you may decide you're willing to pay $6, and you may know that you're willing to buy up to 6 cards at $6 each. That's an example of what you could achieve by clicking that button. Over here on the sell side, any pit member can sell up to 9 cards, any quantity between 1 and 9 cards, at $5 each by clicking the Sell Now button. Or If $5 is not the price you want to get for this card, but you have some of them, you can click the Make Your Offer to Sell button and list some other price for your card. Perhaps you want to list that card for sale at $6.50. You could do that here, and once you had completed that order, the price would show up on this side as a price at which other members could buy those cards from you. We haven't yet enlarged the card, which is a new feature on the new website. You can see as you position your cursor towards the top of the card, it says click to enlarge. So I'm going to left click, and we have a super big picture of this card to show smiling Chris Bryant. You can use your down arrows to see, again, the description of the card and really check out the detail. Of course, this is just a representative card. We have 176. You're not going to get this exact card if you request them, but that shouldn't be a concern for most people. It's designed to show you what the card looks like in general, in detail. Escape out of that. And here in the middle, we have sales history. The last 3 months sales history, or perhaps 2 months here, I think is what we're seeing. And not all cards trade every day. So what we do is look at the transactions that do happen and then assume that price until the next transaction happens, which causes a break in the price trend. And we can see how this card has bounced around, basically based on the Cubs playoff and World Series chances. If you want to get more detail on the sales history, you click this link down here. And in a minute, we should see some more detail on all the prices that were realized. Here we are. 180-day transaction price history is available here, going back to May. And the dates and quantities of all the transactions that have occurred in this card going way back to the beginning. So you can see all 1,600 plus trades in this card. I'm seeing some here that were in the low $2. Those would have been a good investment because this card is traded as high as $9. And now the last trade was at 7 here. Okay, so we can click back to card and say goodbye to the price history. And that's the item page. It provides all the information you need to make a bid or an ask on these cards and to see detail on the card, a description, and the general price history. In a future video, we'll go into detail on how you can buy, on the buy and sell process that follows from clicking one of the buttons here. Thanks for listening to this first instructional video for thepit.com. Trade sports stars like stocks.